Well, thank you all for let you get going there. Lots of North American calling you there. Have a good one, my friend. It's always a pleasure. DK1 Radio Uniform, K2TRD in upstate New York. Will QSY off your frequency.
Zero Sugar Dog.
Pick a frequency, Martin. Over.
Go up 10.
Roger.
Echo Zulu 4, Echo Tango.
Whiskey 7 Sugar Dog.
Yeah, and just checking, is the frequency in use? ON80I, Martin, over.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet over here. Oops. Yeah, my phone is still going over there. I was texting you back to pick a place to go. John, what do you call it? I think last time I spoke to Lyle, he said he's going to take a break for a while there off the radio until he gets everything situated. Over.
Yeah, he's having a rough time. Over.
Oh, yeah, definitely is. Yeah, life is a pain in the butt sometimes there for sure. But yeah, you're sounding good coming across the pond there. I'm working one of my old amplifiers right now. I'm working the, come on, phone, shut off. I'm trying to get the screen off. There it goes. It was trying to, that stupid thing. I don't like that new phone my daughter got me for Christmas. But I'm working the old ETO amplifier, the Alpha 86 right now. So I'm only running about a kilowatt out of it. Got to save the old girl tubes there. They're $1,000 a piece, and it's got two of them in there, so you don't want to beat these things up for sure. But anyway, John, so how's things been going on with you over there? ON8, Echo India, K2TRD.
Yeah, Roger on that, Martin, K2TRD, ON80I. You're 15 over with me and booming as per usual. And, well, of course, as you know, I went down the solid state road, but no problem. Yeah, I'm in since maybe, was it about an hour and a bit from the salt mine. And, yeah, it's great now because as North America starts coming in, well, staying in till the early hours, which is fantastic, Martin, over.
Oh, yeah, I moved the antenna down because I still had it in up towards Ula there up in Germany, so I slid the antenna down a little bit. You're 10, almost 15 dB over S9 now with the antenna pointed at you. You know, sometimes it doesn't make a difference, just a few degrees or so, but sometimes it does. In this case, it does with the conditions on 20. I was working some 12 meters there, what was that, Sunday, for about 3 hours. I was on 12-meter band. That's the longest I've been on the radio for a long time. I've been usually only getting on for an hour, and then I have to go and do something else. So I don't get much time there, John, to get on the radio and play too much anymore. Too many things to do, and not enough time to do it anymore. ON8, Echo India, K2TRD.
Yeah, well, that sounds good. Being always busy. You know, there's lots of people. I came across them. A friend of mine used to work for the fire service in one of the big cities here. And he was telling me, now he's someone that's always busy, but most of those guys that live in the city, they have nothing to do once they're off work, over.
Yeah, you just came up to 20 dB over S9 on that last one, John. Yeah, the conditions must be coming in, or the gray line on my side is going out. It's getting dark over here. I don't even know what time it is there. 6:32. Yep, 6:32. So the gray line is probably going to start fluctuating, go up, and then go back down again. So you're in the dark for a long time because you're 6 hours ahead of us there. But yeah, the Forest Service, boy, they ought to go to California. They'd be busy all the time. Over.
Yeah, certainly. And, well, there's other things happening, but that's for another day. But, yeah, they don't have any hobbies, and they spend most of their time when they're not working in the pub, over.
Yeah, well, that ain't a good place to be spending all your time. That's not good for the old guts and liver and kidneys and everything else sitting around like that. And, yeah, Yeah, I play a lot of pool, so there's a lot of days I'm on the pool table playing pool. You know, I do that Wednesday, Fridays, and Saturdays, and sometimes in between there, just messing around on the pool table here, just to keep the stroke in line. And besides that, it would be a little bit of ham radio here and there. And once I don't have to take care of the driveway, today when I got home, since we were plus 6 degrees Celsius, some of that ice that was in my driveway started melting and turning into some slush. So I took out the tractor and cleared some of that off. And then I was clearing off the tractor, and then some of the snow fell right off the roof off my garage and right on top of the tractor. But it's a good thing I had the cab part indoors, and I only had the front half out, which had the snow blower on, so it all landed on that, which is a big heavy piece of steel, so it didn't do no damage to it. But it's like, whew, good thing my head wasn't out there. I would have had a headache. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, you're always busy with that nice bit of ground that you have with all the iron underneath. Now, here's another thing. Talking about pool, I don't know if I ever told you, but I watch a movie every Saturday night with my daughter, and then one week it's her choice, next week it's my choice. Last week was the Day of the Jackal. It was a slow burner, but it was quite nice. But she chose one, and I can't remember the name of it, but if I describe it, you might know it. It was a guy and a girl, and he was a great pool player, and they were traveling around. Over.
Could have been, oh boy, something for money there. Oh boy, I can't remember the names. There's so many of them. Easy Money or something money. Yeah, talking about pool. You know, my cloth that I use here is from Belgium. I use the Simmons cloth here. I'm gonna have to get more of that coming up here. I'd have to recloth this table. I got some of that Simmons cloth from my other pool table that I have in my spare garage to redo that one in the summertime, but I'm gonna have to get some more Belgium cloth for this other table here, Over.
Yeah, I never knew that. I know they're good for making waffles, for pommes frites, for chocolate, for beer. But cloth for pool tables, that's a new one on me, Over.
Oh, yeah, that's the best cloth is the Simmons cloth, the Shimon Simmons cloth. And it comes from Belgium. It's very expensive here in the United States. The cloth for my table, it's $300 and something. It's close to almost $400 just for the cloth on my table alone, Over.
And can you really see a difference, Over?
Oh, yes, big time difference. The cloth makes a big difference on your table. Now, you know, if you get cruddy cloth, they get what they call, there's the pillets. They start pulling up. The cloth starts to pull up and make little lumps. That's with the cheaper cloth. And the Simmons cloth with the wool in there, and 30% nylon and 70% wool. I use the 860 HR, which is high resin cloth. And when you got that on there, and you got it, when you stretch it, your ball will go straight. Now with cheap cloth, if it isn't wove together good, and when you put it on there, the ball will follow like if you walk through the snow with a stick and you make a figure S all the way down, and if you threw a ball down there, it would find that S, and make an S pattern. Well, it does that on a pool table too when you're shooting on the slow speeds. And if you have the cloth pulled right, or the cloth is cheap, it would start doing that with the ball and it throw your shot off. It's very important to have the good cloth, and that's the best cloth on the market. Over.
Yeah, Roger. And what about a visitor comes to your house, he or she does a foul stroke and it rips it, Over?
Nah, it doesn't rip. It's pretty tough. It's real tough cloth there, John. I've been using that cloth, for 25, 30 years now. I've been, 25, 30 years. I used other ones that didn't last. I'd say, well, let me try this cheaper one like this. I put that on there. In 1 year, it's shot. Then I buy another grade of cloth. Now, there's only one other cloth I found. It's called Champion, and it's a high-grade Champion cloth that's made here in the United States. That's pretty close to the Simmons cloth, but it's not as good. The Belgian cloth is the best on the market. I can't say anything worse about it, or it's all good stuff. I never seen any bad Belgian cloth at all from the Simmons company there. I used a 760, and that's what I got for the other pool table. I picked up the 760 for that one. The 760 is a faster cloth. And then the 860 is a little slower cloth. It all depends how you play and how you play. And if you're playing on a bigger table, you want the faster cloth most of the time. The 860 is fast enough, but the 760, boy, that stuff takes off. What it is, it's a little thinner, so the ball travels further and fast, so you can play a little easier there with finesse. They call it finesse, where you just, you're barely hitting the ball. You do everything with a stroke. It's finesse type shooting, and that's the way I like to play. Over.
Yeah, and do you? Well, I think you do. You replace it yourself. So is it glued down, or is it just very tight on the edges with maybe a staple gun or something like that? Over.
Okay, now, depends which table. Now, my one table I have in the garage is a solid one-piece slate that you pull the slate out of the table. Now, that one's glued. Now, what you do, you glue about an inch, because the rail hangs over a little over an inch. So you pick up the cloth, you put cardboard down, and then you spray it, and then you spray it underneath, and you stretch it. So that one there is held by glue only. Now, my 8-foot table I got in here, it's glued and stapled. It has both. Now, some people just put staples on it, and they don't put the glue. And then what happens is, it'll start stretching and pulling away from the staples, because, it's cloth. And you pull on the staples with the cloth there. After a while, it makes like a U shape there, or H shape. It gets loose. So you have to do both if you do it right. So I do the glue and the staples. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, it sounds like you do a great job. I don't know if I've ever told you, but my wife, she makes furniture, but it's mainly for, it is for us. And once or twice she's done a few little jobs for some of her pals, but really it's for us. And she's a very good hand with the staple gun. And I'll send you a photo of some things that she has done in the past. But really nice. It's amazing. We pick up, or she picks up something from a I don't know what they call them in America, maybe a charity store or something like that. Picks it up for very little money and then makes something beautiful out of it. Over.
Oh yeah, secondhand store.
Yeah, that's it. Or we have them over here. They're not charity stores. It's run by the government, and people of starting off in life, or maybe immigrants, whatever, and they start in those stores. And what they do is, let's say there's someone dies or whatever, and the family are not interested in the goods in the house, the furniture and whatever. They just call this outfit, and they come over and they clear the place. Over.
Okay, John, I'm working barefoot right now, so there we go. I'm turning up just the radio alone, shut the amp off. Okay, yeah, the secondhand store. You're hitting 30 dB over S9, so you're getting stronger. So I turned the amp off. secondhand store, they call it, and I think they call it a thrift shops or something in that nature too has them. They got things called Roots and Wayne up here where you donate stuff that way. Can you still copy me good like this, John?
Oh, yeah, you're 10 and 15 over. Let me go back to you on, let me see what my power is. Yeah, let me go back on 3 watts, over.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, K2TRD, ON80I. I'm on 3 watts, over.
You're peaking up to 5 and 9 on 3 watts. Because you're peaking at 30 dB over S9. There's no need for my amplifier, so I shut it off.
Yeah, okay, and now I'm back on about 550, over.
Yeah, you're back up to about 15 right now. Maybe the band is changing. You were 30 dB over S9. Crazy conditions tonight.
Yeah, very good. And you know that little baby radio, it really works well, over.
The little Jaime, yeah, the Jaime light there. I was talking to somebody else that was using the Jaime light, and I can't remember who it was. They just got it, and I told them, well, when you hear John out there, you talk to him. He's got one of them, and he knows how to work that thing good. What's his name also has one there. ON7 OFF works the Jaime light also.
Yeah, now he's over in Thailand. Have you made a copy or a contact with him, over?
Oh, yeah. I could. Thailand is real easy for me. We were talking the one day there. He was on the 247 net, and I came on there and talked to him, and then we QSY to another frequency and talked for about a half hour to maybe an hour. I don't remember. It was a while, and it was. I think he said it was 4 o'clock in the morning there, or 3 o'clock in the morning, and he goes, his wife will be getting up in a few hours. I go, well, you better go to bed there and sneak in there. So she didn't know you were up all night. He goes, yeah, I'm going to have to do that. So he signed off.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, no, he's good. He's a good guy. He's been over at the QTH. We did a lot of tweaking with the radios, but he spends about 3 months there in the from about January till the end of March, and I'm not sure if you're in contact with him on WhatsApp. I must send you some photos of him. He bought the mast second hand, and then he put it up himself. He's very fit, over.
Oh yeah, we got each other on WhatsApp also there. So if he's on or I'm on there, depending what time of day it is, because it's when I get good conditions into Thailand, it's very early in their morning time right now. That's when the conditions are. It'd be like right now. And he's in bed probably sleeping unless he's playing ham radio. So he was on the 247 net that one day there. He was live streaming there, but I didn't go on the live stream to hear myself in Thailand. But he said it was 10, 15 dB over S9 with a kilowatt running, so it works out okay going to Thailand. It's a very easy shot around this time of the day, at least for me at this time. It's like at this time of the day, Australia's all long path, and then in the morning time, I got to do the short path. I got to turn the antenna all the way to the other way, and then I can't hear Europe at all. I lose Europe, because a lot of times when I hear my friends there from VK land and I get on the radio, they're talking to somebody from England, and when I swing the beam to him, I lose the guy in English, and then I have to try to get a compromise where I can hear both of them like 5 and 5. Beam is straight over the North Pole. Then I can get both of them. But yeah, it doesn't work out too good. I need one of those antennas so I can hit the switch and go back and forth with, over.
No, don't worry about one of those antennas. What about just having 2, over?
Well, if I'm going to put another antenna up, I probably ought to just put a vertical up for the receive and transmit back into the UK, because it doesn't take much for me here with a vertical. Especially I was on 40 meters with the vertical. Right now, that thing is buried under snow, so I can't even use it. I have to go out there and dig everything away from it so it don't short out. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I remember I had a quad up a few months ago, and the quad was beaming one way, and the Moxon was beaming another way, and I was able. It was nice switching between the two directions. Over.
Yeah, but which one is it? There's not the octi-beam, or is it the octi-beam? I can't remember. There's an antenna that it goes. Paul has one there in Spain. He's can't remember his call sign off the top of my head. Paul's call sign. He came from Scotland and he moved down there permanently. Now his antenna has 3 active elements in one direction. He hits the switch and it's 4 active elements in the other direction, 180 degrees. So he doesn't have to even turn his antenna. It's just one antenna, just flick of a switch. Over.
Yeah, that's Paul. Great guy. Echo Alpha 5 Juliet Zulu. He's a really big station. He's heard all over the world with a big signal. Yeah, that's an antenna, Step IR, made in the USA. There's a European version which was originally made in Italy, and then it was bought over by Wemo or Wimo, and it's called an Ultra Beam. Over.
Okay, it's Ultra Beam. Well, I wasn't sure which one, because he switched out the antenna there and the tower to a bigger antenna in the tower there. And he was up there in the picture there. I go, boy, that antenna looks awful big with you on that tower. He always got a big signal coming across here, John. But an antenna like that, it'd be neat to have something in like that nature for switching back and forth. Yeah, someday I'll get more antennas up. I'll have a project coming sooner or later in the summertime, hopefully. I don't know. Right now my time is taken up in too many different directions to sit there and weld up another tower. My birds are going nuts in the back room there, and I have to shut their light off here soon, so put them asleep. Over.
Yeah, Roger. And when they go to sleep, do they stand on one foot? Over.
Yep, they sure do. They're always on one foot. I don't understand why they do that, but as long as they don't fall over, I guess it's good. Now, we got one bird that doesn't do that because he hangs on the side of the cage. He's got this thing in there. It's like a sun and a rainbow thing all on this one toy. This is a pretty good size, and that's one of the African greys. And he likes to sleep behind that, so he hangs off the side of the cage and sleeps right there. It's like, I don't know how he does it without falling off, but he sleeps like that quite a bit. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, as long as he gets a good night's sleep, that's the bottom line. And do you ever put something over the cage to kind of calm them down? Over.
No, we don't cover the cages. They just naturally calm down once you shut the lights off there, and they go to sleep with you. The same thing. That's why once I shut the light off in the back room back there, he won't be squawking no more. He'll be going to sleep.
Yep. Okay, Martin, I'm going to do maybe 1 or 2 more spins of the dial, but always really enjoyable speaking with you. Over.
All right, John. Yeah, I'm getting ready to head upstairs again anyway. I got a bottle of Italian wine here. I went up to the pizzeria up here, pizzeria restaurant there. They're from Sicily. And when I go up there, he's always giving me a bottle of wine to take home. And it's made in Italy. So in the northern part of Italy, on the east side of Italy. So he gives me some good Italian wine. I got to crack that open probably this weekend. I like to put a little bit in a glass with some ice there and sit back and do some reading and sip on the wine. And before I know it, I'm fast asleep. John, God bless, my friend, and take care. And maybe someday Lyle will get back on there when he gets everything situated there on his side there. ON8, Echo India, K2TRD, 73, my friend.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, well, very good. Well, always great speaking with you, and I hope Lyle comes back soon. Yeah, it's a tough time, but once it's all done and dusted, 6 months later, he'll be back to the Lyle that we knew. Over.
Hope so. Yeah, hope so. Yeah, everything takes time. Boy, those birds, boy, I got to get over there and shut their light off. Can you hear them squawking in the back?
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, they sound like QRM. Over.
Yeah. That's because they hear me, and I got the light off in between the rooms in between, so they can't really see me, but they hear me, so they squawk. And sometimes he yells for Mama. He calls me Mama, too. He doesn't know any difference between Daddy and Mama. Everybody's Mama as long as you feed them, Otis.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, well, like nothing. Cats don't speak, but yeah, our cats they only hang around for the food. Over.
Yes. Well, our cats there, they follow me all around. I'm surprised none of them came down. They were sleeping. The one sleeps in the bed where I sleep. And if he ain't sleeping in the bed where I sleep, he's sleeping in this chair where I'm sitting right now behind the radio. And then if he ain't in there, the other one will come here and sleep on this chair. Wherever I sit, that's where the cats go and lay down. I guess they were kind of pervious to me there or something. I don't know. But anyway, John, let me get out of here, my friend, and let you spin the dial and have some more fun. I know it's late on your side, and I can smell the food is almost done upstairs. My wife was cooking when I first came down here to hang up this monitor. ON8, Echo India, K2TRD 73s, and we're going to QRT.
Yeah, bye-bye, Martin, and if you're talking to Lyle, wish him my best regards, and I also contact him. K2TRD, ON80I. Bye-bye from Belgium, Martin, over.
73.